Hello everyone and welcome to Stitching Ain't Easy. My name is Ashley. Thank you so much for joining me today. If y'all are new, hello again, my name is Ashley. It's nice to meet you all. Y'all have been here before. Thanks for coming back, for listening to my ramblings and such. Today is something that I've had on my list of, hey, you need to do these things for a while now. If you've been here before, then we've met, and you know that you never know when things are going to come out around here, so here I am. So today I am doing from like two of the most beautiful humans on the planet, by the way, Mama G Gear and Miss Rusty Blades. I was going to say a whole Janet Jackson thing right there, but anyway, alright, but yes, Mama G here and Miss Rusty Blades. So, thing is, oh goodness, my dills, whatever. So, they did a Q&A random, or Q&A hashtag, and it is Random Rusty Q&A. And it's like a tag your it type thing. And so I saw Mama G do this, super cute, super fun. So I decided that I wanted to do it. It's taken me a minute to get here, but hi, I think I made it. So, I think we've met. Know that I'm not tech savvy. Like I said, if you've been here, you definitely know this. So I was like, cool, I'm gonna do this, and I started writing all the questions out, and I'm like, why am I doing this? Like, people typed them out. Mama G went through this whole entire thing and typed them out for me, and like, for us, for everyone. The whole entire point. Like, why am I writing this? So I got the Kindle. So anyway, hopefully I stay on track, because usually I would like tick the little things off, but now we will see. So alright. Yeah, she uploaded this July 29th. It is currently August the something. I don't even know. It's been a minute. Alright, cool. So middle of August, end of August, something like that. Alright. So, Random Rusty Q&A is the hashtag. That's what this is. So, in case you guys haven't seen this, I will link beautiful Mama G and Rusty down below. They do fun things on there. They are an absolute hoot. They are, like I said, just beautiful, beautiful souls. They are amazing. They are two super hip chicks in their own way, and I love both of them very much. They're amazing. And they rock. I don't know how else to say it. So very much, I feel like most of you probably know who they are. So, alrighty. So the Q&A, I'm gonna have to keep doing this whole thing. So, from Miss Rusty, Mama G Gear's channel. Alrighty. Number 1. So therefore, well, I'm gonna say that other thing. Y'all met. We can't get into things. So I started writing the things down and then stopped. So I don't know what most of these questions are. So that's gonna be fun too. I mean, I've heard them, but then, that's been July. So we'll see. All right, cool. Number 1, besides yarn, is there anything else you collect? Why, yes. Bless you. Yes, there is. Besides yarn, rocks. I definitely collect rocks. I can't go to the creek without my purse or bag being full of rocks. That's usually why I end up taking a bag, because why would I need a bag? It's the creek. I mean, just throw a towel in the seat at the most. Something to drink. But yeah, I usually end up taking some sort of something, and then like it weighs a half an ounce going down there, and then 58 pounds on the way back, because it is full of rocks. I have them all over, like, every room. It's kind of wild, but yeah. Yeah, so rocks. Let's see, other than that, yeah, I guess that would be it. I used to collect like teddy bears and cherished teddies and things like that whenever I was younger. That was kind of a thing. My mom still has those. But yeah, I'm gonna say now probably rocks. And plants. I like to collect plants, although I don't have as many as I would like even, so. Okay, cool. So, number 2. What's your most prized possession? Alright. Aside from the obvious answer, which would be family. Okay. I did read this one, and I thought about several things that I have that are pretty dadgum important to me, but I have to say numero uno on the list is the piano that sits in the living room. It was my beautiful grandma. Hi, Grandma. I love you. My beautiful grandma and my papa's piano. I remember it at their house. I was little, and I remember it just being like the coolest thing. Well, not the coolest thing. They had a lot of really cool things at their house, but that's a whole other tale for a whole other time. It was Grandma and Papa's, you know what I mean? Obviously it was cool there. So anyway, yeah, so I remember it sitting in their living room, and then it went to my mom's house, and then whenever we had like the other house and all that, then we ended up getting it, and Finn learned to play and can play Bohemian Rhapsody and Rocket Man, and played me Beethoven's Ninth for my birthday one year, which made me cry, which made the piano that came from my grandma and papa's that much more special. And so I'm gonna say that piano. I know it's a big one, but yeah, that piano. I have a radio that was in my grandma and papa's back room that I remember from forever ago. I love it a whole lot. I have a little jewelry box. I know this is one thing. I have a little jewelry box that my grandma gave me that was my great-grandma's, which is just pretty daggum cool. It has a little house in the sunshine, and it's beautiful. I don't know how old it is, but I don't like to touch it. It's like leave that alone. And I have some crochet things that my other grandma made me that are super special. I have a quilt that my mom made me. My wedding ring, my hubby made. We have matching wedding rings. Not this part, not the band part, but the main ring part. Obviously there's a little bit of diamonds, but yeah, he made these. So several things. This one's pretty rockin', because not a lot of people have, homemade matching wedding bands from titanium, so that one's pretty cool too. So several prized possessions, all very meaningful things to me that are just things probably to other people. So anyway, all right. And my grandma's moccasins. That's another one too. Not like my grandma and papa, but my grandma that passed. Yeah, I have her moccasins, and that's pretty cool. Just because. All right. So anyway, number 3. Name a book or movie that is important to you. Okay. Alice in Wonderland. Obviously, I just adore book and movie. Also the newer ones. Didn't think I was gonna like the newer ones. Turned out to be quite a fan of the newer ones. My favorite movie, hands down, is A River Runs Through It with Brad Pitt. Not because of Brad Pitt, but just because I love that story. I've always loved that movie. It's also a book, so I guess there we go with that one too. And I'm going to say another book that's very important to me would be like Killers of the Flower Moon. They're getting ready to come out with that movie and everything. But if you haven't read that, history is important. That's a good read. I couldn't put it down, and I cried a whole lot, but that's a good one. I don't know. I mean, I can think of a lot of things that, like, either nursery rhymes my mom read to me growing up, books like that, Dr. Seuss, things like that. Dr. Seuss books are pretty important all the way around, honestly, because when I was little, I loved them, and then our first classroom was Dr. Seuss themed, and so those are all pretty rockin'. But yeah, that's like more of a person, I suppose. So yeah, I'm gonna say The Bible, obviously. I feel like, obviously. But A River Runs Through It is my favorite movie. So, okay. Number 4. In how many languages can you say thank you? Okay. Thank you. English, I suppose. Danke Shane. I don't know if that really counts. Just kind of. Gracias. I really feel like there should be more than that. And 3. One of them's my own language. Okay, surely there's more. Wada. It's Cherokee for thank you. Drawing a blank. Wada. I feel like that one's pretty up there. I don't know. Okay, dadgummit. Okay. Drawing a blank and feeling real goofy about it right now, so cool. Alright. Number 5. What's the most interesting place you visited? That would have to be Top of the Rock in Branson, Missouri. If y'all get a chance, check it out. It's a little slice of heaven. That's where those little clips that I put up every now and then, like all the waterfalls and all those things. There's a sinkhole, which just gets bigger every time. There's a museum right next to the sinkhole, so I'm just waiting for the news for it's like, yep, the whole thing fell in. I'm gonna be like, wild, who saw that one coming? You know what I mean? Anyway, but yeah, there's like a big, huge sinkhole, which is just amazing all in itself. There's a golf course around the sinkhole, so people can like play. It's just like Wii golf, like you try to shoot it over the sinkhole. I don't think that's really a shot, but anyway, there's a beautiful church there. Let's see, I don't know, things and stuff. There's a museum. There's all sorts of really cool native artifacts and things, which is very, very cool. There's a room downstairs in that thing that is like, it hit my heart so hard. It's like pictures of natives and like their native garb, like their, you know, skinned animals and things like that. Their usual things with their hair long. And then like right next to them is a picture of them with their hair like chopped off and their English name, you know, John Smith or whatever. And I like, there was like this insanely heavy presence in that room, and my brother and I both kind of just hung out in there for a minute because it was just like, can you believe, I mean, it just but it's one of those things that it's very important, and people might not know things like that, and so it's important to have that room. But it's a really, really cool museum. They have lots of really cool, like I said, artifacts, a whole big, huge room that's just full of arrowheads. It's quite neat. And then you can go on that little golf cart ride. I don't know why this thing keeps dinging at me. Technology. Anyway, you can go on that really cool golf cart ride through all the waterfalls and things, and partway through you stop and can get something to drink, and then go through the cave, and there's a waterfall in there, and it's a whole lot of fun. So it's really cool because there's just so many different things happening and going on and stuff. And so I'm gonna say that I've been a lot of places, seen several things, and seen a lot of insanely cool things. Do not get me wrong, but I don't know, there's just like a lot of stuff to do there, so I'm gonna say that. Also because I'm ready to go back, so I'm gonna say that. Alright, number 6. Are you a morning bird or a night owl? Definitely, hands down, without any sort of a doubt, a night owl. I could stay up late and sleep until noon if that was a thing, but you know, it's not. But definitely a night owl. Speaking of whatever, Brunson and that whole area, whenever I go see my brother, we stay up quite late watching ridiculous movies and hanging out. And then I would definitely night owl. I'm not at all a morning person. Like, don't talk to me before probably 11. I'm just kind of like about everything. Derek is the total opposite. He's like very much like the singing in the rain like person in the morning, and I'm just like, why? It is like 7 a.m. What is happening? So yeah, definitely a night owl. Okay. 7. Tell us about your animal family. I'm gonna skip that one if that's cool with everybody. There's things that I haven't talked about on here that yeah, alright. I love y'all. I'm gonna skip that question. I'm sorry. Number 8. What show or movie sorry. Number 8. What show or movie that you love to rewatch? Let's see. I have seen I Love Lucy. I don't know how many times. I wrote my senior paper about Lucille Ball because I love her. So I Love Lucy. I am one that will watch things. I've mentioned that before. Like watch a series or whatever to the end and then start it over. So like the Golden Girls, Orange is the New Black. I know those are all completely different shows. Schitt's Creek, obviously. Movies as far as like whatever, Fried Green Tomatoes, The Green Mile, The Help. A river runs through it. Dances with Wolves. Legends of the Fall. Dances with Wolves is aight, but Legends of the Fall. I don't know. There are several, like, if they're on, we're stopping all things and watching them. The Burbs. I love that movie so much. It's ridiculous. I love that movie. There are so many that I'm not thinking of right now, I'm sure. But yeah. Lots. Like I said, I usually definitely watch something to the end and then I'll start it over. Yeah, lots of things. I don't know. Alright. Number 9. How do you recharge? I'm going to say a very hot shower, hanging out with my family, watching movies, crochet, the creek. The creek is like my happy spot. I love water. I love anything like the sound of water, like those little waterfall things that you can have like inside that just, like, even thinking about that sound relaxes me. It's so good. I'm very much a water person. Although my biggest fear is the ocean, so I don't know, make it make sense. But anyway, just, water I can handle. But yeah, I'm gonna say those. So, the creek. It's my zen spot for sure. Especially the creek with yarn. Okay. Number 10. What's your favorite way to travel? By horseback, actually. Quite love to travel by horseback. By dune buggy is pretty fun. You tell I was a country kid. Let's see. I'm gonna say by car. Hubby and I have been married 21 years. He has always worked on airplanes and airplane parts, and he has never been in an airplane. It's just craziness. I've been in an airplane whenever I was younger, ridden on planes a few times, flown a few times, I suppose would be the correct terminology. It was okay. I mean, the hubbub is it's a lot, but yeah, Derek's never flown, so he wants to, so at some point we will. So I'm gonna say, I guess car, because that's kind of whatever. I would love to, I know this is not even the same thing, but we've met. I would love to do like those train rides where you just get on somewhere and just travel all around and that whole thing, because like I said, I don't like the ocean. So a cruise to me sounds awful. But a train ride, that sounds pretty okay. So I would kind of like to do that too, but I don't know. So I guess I'm supposed to say by car, but I'm going to say by horseback just because. So, alright. Number 11, do or did you have nicknames? Alright, so all through school, I was either Shorty or Boss Man. Shorty because I am not 5 feet tall. Boss Man because of my maiden name. It all made sense. Now people call me Mom. Derek calls me Babies. He has called me Babies since we were together, like just a few months, and he's like, that's what you are. Like, it's like, that's who it's not like baby, it's Babies. So anyway, I had a friend that passed away, and I'm gonna feel whatever if I don't say this one on here, so I have to say this one on here. He used to call me asshole. And he'd always tell me that, like, that I was a real asshole. And it's funny because, like, I haven't really heard that since. And we were at a store one day, and, like, the girl that's there or whatever and I were, like, kind of cutting up or whatever, and she's a sweetheart. We were, like, friends. And so we were, like, kind of cutting up or whatever, and I said something to her, and she's like, she's like, you're an asshole. And I was just like, oh my gosh, like, it was amazing. So there for a long time I was that. But other than that, yeah, I would say mom, babies. So all right. Let's see, number 12, are you an introvert or an extrovert? Depends on where I'm at. I'm gonna say on YouTube I would consider myself an extrovert because I can get on here and talk and be whatever and feel comfortable and all those things. In real life, however, very much an introvert. Like at the store, I'm very much like to myself kind of a person or whatever. Like if someone's down an aisle, I'm like, oh, it's cool, like I don't need chips, I'll wait. I go down a different aisle. At craft fairs, I know I do craft fairs and all those things, like people will walk up and I'm just like as they're walking up. But I've been like, YouTube I know has helped me a lot too, just like public speaking and things, because speech was one of my favorite classes in school. Like I really liked to write everything down, but once I got up there I was just like, okay. So try to figure this out. I would say YouTube has helped that a lot, just being able to like, hey, what's up, how you doing? And so I'm still kind of weird at craft fairs, but I try not to be. I try to just kind of fake it till I make it, but inside I'm like curling up into a little ball for sure. So yes. Number 13, what was your first official job? Well, by golly, my friends, my first official job, well, that's not true, I got paid for things before that. I was gonna say I was working at Hobby Lobby. It all makes sense now, am I right? The craft shenanigery all makes sense. My first official job at 16 was at Hobby Lobby. But before that, I probably shouldn't tell this because, whatever, but statute of limitations, what you gonna do? I hauled hay, got paid for that. I don't think that counts. I worked at a barbecue restaurant and I was like the ice girl. Like I would get ice or whatever and bag it, and because they sold ice also, and so I would like bag it up and everything and like put it in the freezer and make sure like in case anyone came. And then I got to bus tables and like wait on people sometimes, which was like the coolest thing ever. Whenever I was like able to wait on people, and I was maybe 11 years old, I got paid. So I'm gonna say that was my first official job. I worked many a rodeo concession, and other than that, Hobby Lobby. So digs it. I worked in the fabric department for a little bit, and then mostly cashier. So got to see all the cool things. All right. Ladies get real upset if you don't know things are on sale. I do remember that, like real upset, and you're like, it's right here in the paper. Or if they come like Monday and they have Saturday's paper or like the last week's thing, ladies get real upset, and you're like, that's from last week, and they're like, it says right here, and I'm like, I know, but like here's our new one. It's a whole thing. So okay. Number 14, if money was no object, how would you spend your day? At the creek with my family, hanging out. Everyone can come, friends, family, whomever. But yeah, at the creek all day, barbecue, playing horseshoes. I miss horseshoes so much. I used to be so good at horseshoes. I haven't played since I've been feeling crummy. Yeah, just barbecue and Derek making ribs. I would make obviously all the sides and all of the things, and hanging out at the creek all day long, playing horseshoes and floating. Yeah, that sounds amazing. I don't know, that has nothing to do with money, honestly. I mean, I don't know what I did. Anyway, yeah, so okay, I'm gonna say that. Otherwise, I guess, honestly, yeah, no, that would be it. I would say, travel somewhere, whatever, I guess, to go see things, that would be cool. Or whatever, obviously, to like go to Paris and to go to, like, you know, all of those places. But yeah, like, I'd like to see Ireland. I would love to take Derek to Scotland because there's a castle that is like his ancestors' castle, which is way cool. Married to a prince, king even. But like, that would be amazing. But honestly, like, just this is my day. Does that mean every day? Because every day definitely purchasing yarn. But I'm gonna say if there was just one day, like, what I would really, really like, that's what it would be like just at the creek, everyone we know who wants to come up or whatever, and having like a big huge barbecue and playing horseshoes and being able to play horseshoes and just having a day. So, okay. 15. If you became the ruler of your own country, what is the first law you would pass? Love is love. That's really a law. That's just like a thing that people should know. Love is love. Let's see. I'm gonna say first law I would pass. Ooh. No idiots in office. How's that? Is that a decent one? Is that too? Yeah. Okay. Number 16. Name something that you are proud of. My kids. They blow my mind on the daily. They are all their own people. They are all beyond amazing. Dude, like, so amazing in their own little ways, which is just the coolest. I'm proud, like, of the little family that Derek and I have created. Like I said, we've been together for 21 years, and I was asked that just the other day by some lady that came over for like a party, the Squid and the whale and the whole thing, came over for a party, and she was like, well, how long have you and your husband been together? And I was like, 21 years. And she's like, well, how old are your kids? And so I started telling her, I'm like, 19, 17, getting ready to be, 15 or whatever. And anyways, and she's like, okay. And she's like, so, like, your oldest, like, was that yours and your husband's? And I'm like, math, yes. Like, we've been together for 21 years. He's 19. Yes. And anyway, I don't know, it was really funny, but so yeah, I'm gonna say, like, the fact that we've stuck it out, I guess, was pretty whatever, because, and people are amazed by that all the time, that they're all collectively whatever. I know that there's blended families, don't get me wrong, but that's great too. I'm not even trying to say that. It was just really funny. Like, said the other day that she's like, well, wait though, like, are they both? And I'm like, yes, they're all collectively, like, our kiddos. So I'm gonna say that for, like, just because marriage is hard, but it's also a whole lot of fun. Our 3 beautiful babies. This little community on here is pretty dadgum amazing, to say the least. I mean, it's nothing really that, like, I've done to be proud of. I just get on here and ramble about yarn and stuff, and that's all pretty fantastic. Yeah, I don't know. I was at my aunt's one day, or my uncle's, and his lady was like, she's basically my aunt, so there you go. Anyway, we were talking about the YouTubes and, crocheting and all that stuff, and the fact that I get on here and, like, talk to y'all about yarn and all that. She told me that my grandma would be really proud of me, and that one was just like, oh, because. So that was a pretty cool one. So, like I said, so this channel, I don't really like to be, like, prideful or whatever about things, just because, but it's pretty crazy amazing. So yeah, but more importantly than anything, I'm gonna say those 3 little babies in there, because they're the bee's knees for sure. I love that they, like, know who they are, they know themselves, they know what they're into, and they have their morals all whatever in line, and they're teenagers, and everyone's like, oh, those teenage years, and I'm just like, knock on wood, all is well. So hopefully it keeps doing that, you know. But yeah, they're amazing. So I'm gonna say them. So those are the questions. Did it in 30 minutes. That's pretty alright. I'm pretty surprised. I usually talk a lot more. I did talk a lot more than probably needed to. 16 questions, 30 minutes. Hey, that's pretty surprising. So yeah. So thank you to Mama G, and thank you so much to beautiful Rusty for these questions. I appreciate it. This was so much fun. Just something a little different. Y'all know me. I like to do things who knows what. So thank you for something different. So I hope y'all enjoyed listening to me ramble on about things that aren't necessarily even the questions. It just kind of depends. And so there you go. So thank you all so very much for watching, for hanging out. I appreciate you a whole lot. I hope you all have a wonderfully blessed day. Please stay safe, and I will talk to you all very soon.